It was just a couple of hours ago when I published the video on all the upcoming premium Bandai kits, and it turns out today was the day where Bandai decided to tell us what are all the upcoming Q2 normal kits. So thankfully there are no premium Bandai kits in this coverage. The Real Grade Wing Gundam is finally coming 3,520 yen in June 2021. I am kinda mixed about this. You guys know I'm a big fan of real grade kits, and in terms of part separation, the kit looks pretty good, I will have to say, but it doesn't have that additional detail which I've come to expect and love from the Real Grade series. Also not shown here really are the decals. I don't know how the decals will look like, if any is going to be included with the kit, but I think at least in terms of proportion, the kit looks to be superb as per what we have come to expect from a Real Grade kit. What I want to know is, will you guys be buying this? Do you think this is good enough, or are you hoping to be a version Katoki Real Grade sometime in the near future, which I don't think is very likely, to be very frank. There are good things, there are some gimmicks on the bazooka cannon and also some opening gimmicks on the shield as well, so I suppose that is going for the Real Grade Wing Gundam. But what we really need to talk about today, I think this is the biggest news, is the upcoming new series apparently, the Full Mechanics Calamity Gundam. So Full Mechanics is not exactly new. If you have looked at the past 2 years under the Iron Blood Orphan series, Bandai did release a brand new 1/100 scale Full Mechanics Bile and also Barbatos, if I'm not mistaken as well. And to be very honest, that series is shit, right? I didn't like the old Full Mechanic kits. They were not very steady. It was a hand grenade, parts keeps coming off, and it's overall a nightmare to pose. So it does seem like Bandai is doubling down on creating the Full Mechanics to become someone like a Master Grade 1.5, if I can say that. If you look at the pictures here, right, obviously this kit is not cheap. It's 5,500 yen. And in terms of part separation, the gimmicks in terms of articulation and joint movement as well, it seems almost like a Master Grade in that sense, and especially in terms of the detail, it's insane. So I am actually quite surprised that Bandai decided to recreate Full Mechanics into a brand new line altogether, and there's even a dedicated page just for this line called the Full Mechanics, and in that page there's no mention whatsoever of all the previous kits that was also carrying the same tagline, right? So previously it used to be called 1/100 scale Full Mechanics, but now it is just called Full Mechanics Calamity Gundam. So quite surprising. Will fans buy it? Because given the high sticker price of 5,500 yen, it's not as expensive as what we have come to expect from the Master Grade line, which is about at least 1,000 to 2,000 yen cheaper. But it does seem to retain some of the gimmicks, articulation, and most importantly, the details. Part separation wise, I can't really tell from the pictures here, but it does seem like it will have some great part separation together with the amazing details. Full Mechanics might be just that one line that we all need to be watching out for in 2021 and beyond, right? Sound off in the comment section below. I'd like to hear from you guys what you think of this new line called the Full Mechanics. Will Bandai be focusing more on Full Mechanics and bypassing the Master Grade altogether? Relegating the Master Grade to a premium Bandai seems likely to be. As Bandai continue to focus on the high grade line, I think fans can finally rejoice. The History AC Gundam Deathstar is finally announced. It's coming out in May 2021. From the pictures here, it looks pretty good. Not a lot of stickers. Looks like all the yellow parts are gonna be parts and not stickers that you have to put on. Clear parts for the Deathstar and also the effect parts. Not a lot of details. I'm kinda okay for a kit at this price point, to be very honest. And there was one surprising added bonus into this kit, and that is actually improved articulation in terms of the torso, the arms, and also the legs. Looks like the legs can actually now bend full 90 degrees, so very impressive. added bonus for a kit at this price point, that is for sure. And obviously for the Figura standard, we can expect a lot more kits coming from Bandai, given how all the previous kits like the Wong Greymon has been selling out like hotcakes, right? The new Dukemon is coming out at close to 5,000 yen, coming out in May 2021, and there is actually quite a lot of interesting gimmicks going for this kit. First up is the cape. I mean, the cape itself is made out of soft PVC parts, so you can actually pose supposedly, right? And the shield actually has rotating spike effect as well, so that is an added bonus. And the kit itself also comes with a display stand, so you can actually hold up the shield. So the shield, I think, is going to be quite big and also heavy. I'm not sure whether the Dukemon will be able to hold it up and, you know, have the arm stretching out with the shield. Might be a little bit too heavy, but it does seem that, you know, we are going to get a lot of clear plastic parts together with additional gimmicks of extending lens or spear of the Figura standard amplified Dukemon as well. The new Figura standard Ultraman Tiga flight type, or what they call sky type now. When I first saw this, I was kind of disappointed. I thought it's going to be probably a rehash of the old Ultraman Tiga with additional parts on the leg for it to fly, as we can see here. But surprisingly, Bandai has actually created some new molds to improve the action point for the kit in itself. So you're actually getting better articulation on the neck and also on the torso. The effect parts, I think, is the same from the previous Ultraman Tiga. I actually still have the evil Ultraman Tiga in my collection that I've yet to assemble as well. But I think this is surprisingly, I think, a pretty good kit that most Ultraman fans would want to buy, given that there's some new parts going into this kit. Real Grade Evangelion Mark 6. I think all of you saw this coming, and to be very frank, I have yet to buy any Real Grade EVA kits as of now. Why? Well, probably because I have too much of a backlog, and two, I'm kind of afraid of getting into the RG EVA, because I know the moment I do that, I will probably have to collect the entire series, and that is going to be very damaging to my wallet. But if you're a big EVA fan, I think there's no reason why you want to skip this, right? A lot of great part separation, great details, and in terms of movement, well, I think there's been tons of reviews on the RG EVA in the market. I'm not gonna, you know, rehash how great this series is. So in the sea of new releases today by Bandai, it is easy to overlook this one particular kit, and that is the new high-grade Cyberstar from the Super Robot Wars series. I am not sure if you are a big fan of Super Robot Wars, but if you are, you will know that they used to be produced by Kotobukiya, if I'm not mistaken, and those kits are quite hard to come by now. So I'm just glad that Bandai is finally taking a step at this Super Robot War series. There's so many different robots from that series, so I'm quite glad that Bandai is going to be focusing a little bit into this line. Now, one thing first, right? This kit definitely looks a little bit pale, so I'm not sure in terms of part separation how great it will be, because it's pretty grey with a little bit of green, yellow and red. I am just wondering why they didn't go with a little bit more added details as what they've done with the Mazinger and Grandizer line. So, well, it remains to be seen, because what you're seeing now here is still 3D renderings. So hopefully we'll get to see more real-life pictures of the actual kit in Winter Wonder Fest next week in Japan. If you're a big 30 Minutes Mission fan, well, I think you're in luck. Bandai finally telling us what is coming out in Q2 for this series. There seems to be quite a lot of new parts coming out for the option parts, vehicle parts, backpacks as well. And the one that we all know that is coming is, of course, the 30 Minutes Mission Spinatio or Spinatio, the Ninja series, right? So finally we get to see all the upcoming armaments, how the entire kit looks like. I was actually reminded of how this entire kit looks a lot like the Kamen Rider Dano, right? You have the base form, and then you have all the different other forms when you attach on the armor and the weaponry. What we didn't get to see when it was first teased late last year was the inclusion of a very big shuriken weapon. I think that's going to attract a lot of fans to the 30 minutes mission series, I believe, right? Great path separation, and this guy coming out fairly soon. If you're a big fan of the 30 minutes mission, this is definitely something that will be quite different and unique to what we have seen so far from this series, right? Because so far the 30 minutes mission has all been about tanks, weapons, very modular, nothing dealing with the Eastern theme as what we are seeing here. So that's actually quite interesting. One new addition that I really like, and I think Bandai is taking a page off Kotobukiya Hexagi line here. This is the new 30 minutes mission XL vehicle cannon bike version, and as the name implies, it is a cannon that transforms into a bike. So very cool concept, to be very frank. So there's a clear part for the visor, and the cannon itself is pretty big, so you can actually use it as a weapon or however you want to customize it, because there's so many different modular points on the weapon itself. Very cool concept, and I wish Bandai will continue on creating quirky weapons backpack systems for the 30 minute missions as what we're seeing here. If any of you are big fans of 30 minutes mission, do go to Facebook and check out the 30 minutes mission Facebook groups all across different countries. I think they should have one. For me, I think the 2021 releases of the 30 minutes mission definitely look a lot more interesting and a lot more developed compared to what we have seen from the past year, if you ask me. I think now is the right time to get into 30 minutes mission, because there are now a lot more different weapon packs and vehicles, and also customization options compared to what we've seen in the first year. Of course, some of you who are new to this series will probably be wondering, can you really customize it crazy in a sense of creating something else entirely? Yes, you can. I did created a video on those crazy 30 minutes mission customization from the Japanese builders. You can click on the top right now to see that particular video. But as for me, well, I think today has been a very big day for Bandai. It took me quite a while to actually get down all these pictures to make this video, because the website keeps crashing due to the high site traffic going to their site. What I am quite interested is to see how this product that is announced today will look like in Winter Wonderfest next week. So obviously Bandai will be showcasing all these products at the Winter Wonderfest show, and that was actually the biggest surprise to me, right? It seems like in Japan, at least, most of the business expos and conventions are starting to come back despite having a coronavirus lockdown in Japan. So I guess it really depends on which region or prefecture you are in, but yeah, right. I'm actually quite excited with the Real Great Wing Gundam, to be very honest. I'm just not sure in terms of what kind of decals will be given, and this entire new line by Bandai, the full mechanics, really got me perplexed, right? Will that eat into the Master Grade line? Will Bandai abandon the Master Grade line and just give us full mechanic products in the next couple of months or years? So that remains to be seen, right? Because right now, if you're a big fan of Gunpla, there's just so many lines to choose from. High grade, entry grade, real grade, full mechanics, master grade, perfect grade, Reborn 1/100 series. There's just so many lines to actually pick and choose. So I think for us Gunpla fans, it's definitely good news. I think we can expect a lot more new products and also shows from Bandai. I mean, shows related products from Bandai in the coming future, right? So that's our video for today. Thank you guys for staying all the way to the end. If you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing. And if you love what we're putting out, give me a like or share the video. And I'll see you guys down in the comment section below. So till then, stay safe and keep building your Gunpla backlog.